is Navjot Singh from Aussizz, and today we'll be talking about professional year at performance education. So we'll be just discussing about what are the benefits, what are the requirements at performance education, and how professional year benefits you. So I have with me Karthik from performance education. So if you want to say a few words, Karthik.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Navjot. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session at Aussizz Group. I'm grateful to be here, and thank you so much to the team for organizing this. My name is Karthik. I'm part of the team at Performance Education. And today, as Navjot mentioned, I look forward to chatting about what is the PY program, what do we do at PE, how will the PY program benefit our students that are watching this session, and hopefully add value to your careers with your professional careers started in Australia.
Yes, so thank you for that, Karthik. So before we get started, I want to talk about the migration aspect of the PY. So as you guys are aware, for the students who have done accounting or students who have done IT, doing professional year actually really benefits you, not only your career, but migration as well, right? So as you guys are aware, professional year, you do it for a year. It offers you the internships. It offers you the workplace environment. The people who finish their studies, once they go into the actual workplace, this professional year kind of benefits you in a way that you get to know about actual workplace in Australia. So just want to get started on the points first. So if you do a professional year in Australia for IT or accountants, you actually add 5 points on your general skill migration. So as you guys are aware, getting higher points, it's very difficult at the moment, especially for accountants and also the IT students. Just want to touch bases on the IT students as well, that once you finish your study, once you actually go on your PR, if you do not have work experience for 1 year, you actually do require 1 year professional year to actually get your skill assessment. So if you've studied IT, you definitely need PY. It kind of helps you to get job opportunities as well after you're finished, and also helps you with migration as well. So I just want to ask Karthik here. So who are PE? Like, what do you guys do?
Great question. So PE, or Performance Education, the organisation that I'm part of, we are Australia's #1 professional year provider. We are based in 4 cities, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide and Brisbane. And what we offer students is the professional year program. We've been industry leaders in the professional year program for the past 12 years. And the focus for us is to genuinely provide graduate outcomes to students. As Navjot rightly mentioned, it is quite important for students to graduate and hopefully get a job in their fields moving forward. And that is something we help students with. So the professional year program is a program that was developed by the Department of Home Affairs or Immigration back in the day, with a thought in mind that it wanted to allow international students like yourselves who are watching us right now, bridge the gap between graduation and finding work within the industry. So the PY program runs for 44 weeks, as you said, about 1 year, so 44 weeks, and it is divided into 2 stages. Now, in the first stage, we go through classes with students for 32 weeks, where students need to attend classes 1 day a week. In Melbourne, Sydney and Adelaide, students can choose between Monday to Sunday classes. We have all days available, which is great. So it gives students a bit of flexibility. And over in Brisbane, we've got Monday to Thursday classes, as well as Saturday and Sunday. So students can choose either weekdays or weekends. Now, in these classes, the big question is, okay, I'm going to classes for 32 weeks. What happens? We go through various employability skills with you. So we teach 8 different units. And realistically, the value for students, or what we specialize in, is helping them gain some essential employability skills, such as Australian business culture, meetings and presentations, communications. Along with that, we really prepare students for the internships, meaning we go through your resume, help you to revamp your resume according to recent industry standards, based on what's required in the current climate, really, especially given the pandemic and where we are. Our trainers go through the relevant, updates with students and help them build their resumes as well as cover letters, and prepare them for interviews. So we do a lot of mock interviews with our students as well, where they're prepared for the most commonly asked questions. Following that, we go through the internship placement for students for 12 weeks. Now, at PE, this is what we do the best, is we guarantee genuine opportunities for our students in accounting and IT. Depending on what you've studied and based on where you're at in your career, we can most certainly understand your needs, put your needs forward, and connect you with a pool of horse companies. Being in the industry for over 12 years, we actually work with over 7,000 horse companies within Australia and have placed over 25,000 students over the years and help them get their careers kick-started. I'll talk more about the internships and the outcomes and benefits as we go along, Navjot.
Yes. Thank you for that, Karthik. Thank you for the detailed information. So it's really good to know for the people or the students who have actually finished their studies and finding it difficult to get a job in their field as well. It could be because of the difficult times, right, Karthik?
Sure.
Due to this COVID pandemic, people may not be able to find jobs straight away. So performance education, providing this course, this professional year can be really beneficial for you guys in order for you to be, apply for jobs, as they've said, make resumes and kind of prepare you for the environment, right?
That's correct.
So I just want to touch bases on this COVID pandemic, Karthik. So, the situation has been, out of control this past year. So how does PE actually, have responded to this COVID pandemic?
As you rightly pointed out, Navjot, the last year has been challenging for all of us individually, as organizations, as people. We've had a lot of family and friends that have gone through the crisis, and we do understand that things are very difficult for students or international students at the moment. What have we done to help students, or how have we dealt with the pandemic is a question. And we were one of the first providers, or the very first provider, to actually move our delivery of the classes online. So our classes till date are still conducted via Zoom.
Nice.
And Navjot, as you mentioned rightly, that due to the pandemic and the uncertainty, the job market wasn't, I'll correct myself, wasn't ideal. And it most certainly was challenging for students. But even through these times, our teams have managed to place over 98% of our students on time at legitimate internships.
That's amazing.
So as we were saying earlier, it's all about giving your students the genuine opportunity to succeed. One of the other things that has come out of the pandemic is the students have the time to invest in themselves and their skills. And our trainers and support team have gone above and beyond to help our students. And I will touch base on some of the success stories as we move along. But given what's happening out there in the world, given how everyone's struggling, even through that, when we can guarantee students a genuine opportunity for an internship in IT and accounting, I think that's quite commendable.
That is amazing. Having a genuine position, in the internship, that kind of offers you, it may offer you a future actual employment as well. So if your work or your studies have been great and you're really, you are motivated towards your studies, towards your work, the getting internship kind of helps you get an actual job employment as well, which can obviously be helpful towards your migration path as well. So when we talk about the education and the migration, they all kind of work together, Karthik. You know, once you finish your studies, you are obviously you can be employed whichever occupation that you have chosen. So definitely getting an internship can kind of open your doors to multiple job opportunities. Once you finish your study, you do 1 year of work experience, gives you 5 points for your work category for your general skill migration as well, and also kind of steps you into the actual workforce. So because you guys have studied, because you guys have put so much hard work in there, your career and migration kind of both work together with the help of the professional year. So I just want to ask, so what were the recent examples or the success stories that you can share with us, Karthik?
Sure. Great question again.
Yeah.
It's always good to reflect on what our clients have achieved. And one of the things that you mentioned earlier that I'd like to touch base on as well is the fact that students can get hired by their host companies.
Yeah.
That is actually so true. So I'm proud to say that 1 in 3 of our students still today get hired by their host companies after the internship.
Yeah.
92% students have come back and they've said that they've found it easy to find work within the industry in 6 months from graduating from the PY program.
Yeah.
And one of the outcomes that students really get that I personally focus on with clients when I speak to them is getting Australian experience and references on your resume.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know that there are a lot of virtual internships available out there, etc.
Yeah.
That's not what we're about. What we're about is adding value to you as a student on your resume, on your careers.
Yeah.
Now, giving you this opportunity opens more doors. It adds experience, it adds references, and it helps you build your professional network within Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I got drifted away from the actual question, mate. We were talking about success stories. I'd like to talk about a couple. The first success story I'd like to pinpoint and mention is that we recently had a student graduate from us called Kunal. Now, Kunal had studied an IT degree and he came to us for the PY program. He was quite skilled and talented, and we placed him at an organization called Elegant Media. Now, at Elegant Media, Kunal actually helped design a lot of their projects, helped with design work. And his work contributed towards the organization achieving multiple awards within industries. Fast forward to today, he's hired by the company and he's worked on projects with huge organizations such as Ernst & Young. So for all our viewers out there, these success stories truly give me the joy in believing that what we do works. What I do is adding value to students' careers.
Yeah.
So what we did there was, help him get his first opportunity.
Yeah.
From there on, the student went in and proved himself.
Yeah.
And today has been hired by a company and has been accepted and is at a career. One of the other students I'd like to talk about as well, his name's Himanshu, and so Aussizz group placed the student over to us in Melbourne, and Himanshu worked at an organization called Social Status. If you look up Aussizz's Facebook page or jump on our LinkedIn or Facebook page as well, you'll see we've posted a video about 3 weeks ago, I think, 3 to 4 weeks ago about this, where the director of the company, Social Status, has come on board and actually given a massive shout out to Himanshu that his work helped them build their business, helped him get clients. And this is an IT-based role.
Yeah.
Yet he was able to excel in his skill sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, without a doubt, he was hired by the host company.
Yeah, definitely.
So these are some of the stories that really inspire students around as well.
Yes.
One of the other things I'd like to also share with students that are watching is we have various support groups available on LinkedIn. So if you are looking for work in IT or accounting in Melbourne, reach out to Aussizz group and they can put you in touch with me. What we do is we have a group where we post in recent job opportunities. We post in relevant material that helps students kickstart their career. And when you come to us for the PY program, our trainers will go the extra mile to help you. Let's say you're applying for a role, and you want to get some feedback on your resume or your cover letter. Ask. All you can do is ask, and we can go from there. So some of the success stories for you, mate.
Yes, thank you, Karthik. So as you guys are aware, the most difficult part is to actually get your foot in there, right? That is the most difficult part in Australia. So as PY, they do offer internships, which kind of opens a lot of doors for you. So at the most difficult part for students once they graduate is they're not aware of the importance of the internships, or they're not aware of the references as well. So definitely PY, not only you'll be able to get all the actual resume and all the information about the workplace environment, also you'll get information or you get an opportunity to work and get actual references from the actual employers out there. So that is the most crucial part anyway, whenever you apply for it. So thank you for that, Karthik. So yes, so I would like to ask you now is, what are the benefits of professional year at performance application?
Sure. The most exciting question. What is it that students will benefit really? I am proud to say that we've got something new in the works where we've actually been offering students placements in regional locations.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we've heard from a lot of our students that due to the current circumstances, they're wanting to find work in regional areas. One of the biggest benefits that students can get today by joining the PY program at PE is that we can assure students that we'll place them regionally. So if you're based in Melbourne, at the moment, we're placing students in areas like Geelong. If you're based in Sydney, we're offering internships for students in Wollongong. If you're over in Brisbane, we're offering opportunities to students over on the Gold Coast. So one of the biggest benefits students get regional placements. Following that, I think I've touched base a bit on this already, where viewers that have just joined us, students at PE, 1 in 3 students have been hired by their host company. One of the other advantages is that students have come back to us and said, hey, I find it easy to is that if you join your course now and are doing all the right things, we can guarantee you 100% placements in accounting or IT and ensure that you graduate on time. Because we do understand how important it is for students from a migration perspective to finish their courses soon. So that's something we can assure. Along with that, peace of mind, knowing that students' needs will be taken care of at PE is something that me as a student, if I were a student, that's something I'd consider. And lastly, also knowing the fact that I'll be given a good opportunity as long as I'm applying myself are some of the biggest benefits. And we are the trusted name for the professional year program. As I said, been delivering this program for 12 years in Australia. And when we say we'll offer students something, we keep to our promises and deliver these for students. So for clients watching, I think it's best to say that we'll do our part and meet you halfway. We'll do our 100% to help you excel in your careers to get you a head start.
Thank you, Karthik. So definitely the one point that I really liked was the regional work opportunities. So as you guys are aware, with subclass 1 and 9 at the moment, it's very difficult to get invitations. So what used to happen a couple of years ago, Karthik, was people finish their study, they do the PY, they do NATI, and they try to get as many points as they can, right? But now everything with the current scenario, everything has been moved to either 190 or 491 subclass as well. So people are actually moving towards regional study, regional work as well, because they want to target subclass 491.
Sure.
So when they're trying to do that, they actually do need genuine opportunities, and it's very difficult to actually find the genuine jobs over there as well. So that's the point I really liked, as you guys are offering regional internships as well, but at the same time, it's very beneficial with the work, and you guys obviously will have the opportunity to get hired from the host companies as well. If it's not even hired from the same company, as you guys are aware, students actually come back and they say, right, that they are able to find jobs within the 6 month, completion of the PY. So that's something that really beneficial for the people who have just finished their studies, or they still have around 1 year of their 485 left, just to kind of have more information or more job opportunities out there in different regional areas. As Karthik mentioned, they do have it in Geelong, Gold Coast as well, and Wollongong, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
And of course, Adelaide being regional.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Karthik. So we've given most of the information regarding the PY and the migration. If we have missed any questions, please leave us a comment and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Before we go, Karthik, so would you be able to tell us regarding the entry requirements and and the available intakes for students?
Hi. So speaking of intakes, we've actually got an intake starting this month on the 26th of April. At PE, we've never cancelled an intake, and we've got an intake that comes up every 4 weeks. As I said, classes are offered during the week or weekend. So if you are watching this and are wondering, can I start my PY now? Yep, there is an intake coming up, next week.
Yeah.
So give Aussizz group a call, and their friendly team's going to be able to help you figure out a pathway and really help you excel in your career. Speaking of entry requirements, I'll just quickly touch base on them. So students need to have completed an Australian degree, either a bachelor's or a master's of at least 2 years study. Following that, students need to provide us with their passport, their completion letter, and transcripts. Students can also apply for the 485 visa and start the PY program while they're on a bridging visa. So either a 485 visa or a bridging visa towards a 485.
Yeah.
Along with that, this is the biggest question I get asked all the time. Do I need to show my English scores? Yes. Students need to have an overall score of 6 band and 6 band each in all 4 skills in IELTS, or 50 overall and 50 each in the PTE test. For accounting students, one of the key elements is that you need to have a positive skills assessment outcome letter prior to the commencement date. So again, if you are unsure or if you've got questions, ask Aussizz's team. These guys are experts and they really know what they do, and they'll be able to guide you through these requirements as well. But yeah, I think that's all we really need to enroll in the PY program. And as mentioned, the next intake's coming up next week.
Yeah, thank you, Karthik. So the intakes are actually very important because people they're at the different stages of the subclass 485. So there are people who finish their studies and they want to enroll as soon as possible. So as you guys are aware, you need to apply for your 485 in order to be eligible for it. If you require any more information in detail, please feel free to give us a call and we'll be able to help you. Another thing, obviously, the help with the intakes which are available every month. Really beneficial for the people who are about to finish as well, or they have applied, as I say, bridging visa, or just about a one year left, or they're really thinking about it, that whether they should do it or not. I really hope we've answered most of your questions that you have in the back of your mind. And if there's still anything left, feel free to give us a call and also be able to help you with it.
Sure. Now, one of the things that I would like to add that slipped my mind was, and I get these thrown across my desk every other day. I get students, questions from students that don't have enough time left on the visa, saying, can I start my PY? Unfortunately, the answer is no. students need to have a minimum of 365 days left on their 485 visa to be able to be eligible to enroll into the program. So if you're a student that, is currently on a 485 visa and not sure about the requirements, as I said, please call their team and the team here will be able to help you through. But it's quite unfortunate that students run out of time on their visa and can't do the program and they regret it down the track. So it's best to start early, get your head started in the career, and we can guide you through it all.
Yes, definitely. Because once you have finished your first year, it's the opportunities are pretty much they're pretty much gone, for you to be able to get a professional year. As Karthik mentioned, you do require 365 days left on your subclass 485. So if this applies to you, I would recommend before this 1 year actually passes, you guys need any more detailed information, feel free to give us a call, come in the office, and we'll be able to give you detailed information. Before we go, Karthik, is there anything else you would like to add?
Just would like to highlight the fact that, as you've mentioned, students that have just graduated are wondering, what should I do? I would recommend students to take control of their careers now. I know that due to the pandemic, there's a lot going on and things are uncertain, but there's one thing that can be certain is control what we can. Take control now, and we can see that the situation is slowly starting to improve moving forward. And if you guys have any visa-related, migration-related, or education-related queries, I'd strongly advise you to give Aussizz Group a call. The best of what they do, and the team can guide you through the PY program as well.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll answer your questions in the comments as soon as possible. If you guys, as Karthik mentioned, if you require anything else, just give us a call and we'll help you from there. Thank you.